Hello out there. How's everybody doing? And welcome to the latest installment of The State of Joe. I'm your host, Joe Santiago, and I'm coming to you today from an undisclosed top secret location. So, on my last video, I talked about UFOs and how they're coming around and checking up on us and coming to nuclear installations and causing disruptions. They're around also in times of big decisions in government around the world, wars, when wars break out. UFOs are seen, they're watching, as the Bible says, the watchers. And also during natural disasters, uh, volcanoes, earthquakes, things like that, especially they've been seen in the sky, right, with natural disasters and stuff and big storms and whatnot. So they're just watching and figuring it all out and seeing what we're doing and stuff. Um, and basically, in my last video, I talked a lot about, I gave quotes from a lot of presidents and military people and people in government. There was one quote from a Speaker of the House way back when. There was a bunch of other people that have been saying a lot of stuff about this. 2017 came in, and that ramped everything up with the New York Times story and a bunch of other stories on UFOs, the ATIP program with all those guys that released all that information with the Tic Tacs and all that. Now, supposedly they have full color video of that Tic Tac incident, not just the crappy gray with the radar looking thing, and because you don't really get a sense of the real craziness of it all with this crappy black and white or gray looking thing, video footage. So that's out there. Hopefully they'll release it sometime. I'm sure there's new stuff coming around, and all this stuff is happening right before our eyes, and things are getting real wild out there, and the government and everybody now, they've kept this secretive for since like 47, and before then 1947, and they had Roswell take place and all that, and the nuclear testing, the bombings in Nagasaki and Hiroshima, the testing, the bomb testing, and then they came back to the area of the testing in Mexico, and all that. And so we have all that happening. And it seems like they are trickling this stuff out finally. The truth is coming out. All this is starting to be known. People are believing it more. It's no longer tinfoil hattery. Okay, it's this is scientists. All these different people are coming out and saying stuff. You just have like professors and different people, all just scientists, and they're starting to like see it, and they're just like, no, they're not gonna be like quiet about it, and some of them are coming out. It's gonna destroy a lot of careers and whatnot. You have all kinds of stuff going on. So basically, yeah, all this stuff's going on. We've known about this for years and years and years. They've been denying it for years and years and years, calling it weather balloons, bags, anything from bags floating around to birds. obviously this is more than weather balloons, bags, and birds. This could very well be, some people think these aliens are just fallen angels, and basically, like after the flood, they became disembodied spirits of some sort, and became these like alien being type things that are coming back and just like checking on things and stuff. Some people think that aliens are evolved humans. They have the big heads, so they have no longer any need to like communicate. They just communicate telepathically and whatnot. And that could be kind of why they're back. They found themselves in that position, evolved to that point, and then now they're looking back at their ancestors, us, and saying, well, maybe it was a good thing to communicate and have love and empathy, and to have these different emotions. And because they do like some wild experiments on people, supposedly, a lot of extractions of material, genetic material, reproductive material. There's even been women who have gotten impregnated when they've been abducted and taken aboard ships and whatnot. So there's a lot of weird stuff happening. There's been implants, strange implants, metal objects, different weird, strange objects that some of them seem to have like a mind of their own in the body. It will move around the body. Guy had a implant found out in his leg. It moved all around and up in his arm, and it was like avoiding what the doctors were looking for, and then it kept moving away from the doctor, like it had a brain, it was thinking. You have Morgellons, which is another disease thing they don't understand, which people that have been abducted say, and just things like that. There's these little like weird red and blue threads that run through their skin, under their skin, and it kind of like comes up and it moves and it pulsates and just moves around, and they just don't understand what it is. Could be just some space disease or something. So we have all this stuff now. Basically, okay, the government and the world governments and NASA and everybody, they're all keeping this quiet, okay? They know what this is, and that's what I didn't get into in my last video. They know what this is, okay? Don't let them fool you for 1 second telling you they don't know what this is, and it's such a big threat to national security, okay? Now, if it's such a big threat to national security, that does not make sense, because you would be putting all of your efforts, all of your funding, all of everything you can get together and scramble together to find out what this is and put a stop to it, or confront these things, or whatever you're going to do. Because if it's national security and they're flying around whenever they want around our nuclear installation, shutting down our missile silos, just doing crazy stuff, firing beams and stopping vehicles and cars, electrical, all the electric goes out in cars when they come around. Just, there's something to do with, magnets and different things. They're flying around, how they fly so fast. If someone flew that fast in a vehicle, basically humans, because of the G-force, you would just dissipate and be destroyed because it's so fast. So they have a technology to travel fast. There's been some cases where they've gone into the interior of UFOs, stories and quotes and stories and stuff about how they've gone into interiors, There was some chairs, not some of them don't have consoles and different buttons or anything. There's nothing in there, and it's just flying around. So that tells me it's either remote controlled. But then there's some with occupants in them. Some of the aliens, they could be actually AI that have just been traveling the universe for a long, long time, and they're just scouting out everything and watching, as the Bible says, and yeah, they're just watching us and keeping tabs on us, make sure we don't do anything real stupid, and when we do something stupid, they butt in because they are, in a weird roundabout way protecting us, but also doing experiments, bringing back material from us. Who knows what kind of experiments they're doing back home or whatever to figure out whatever they're going to do or whatever, whoever, or why they abduct us and do all this stuff. Now that could be just part of the mystery of life. Why are we here? Those kind of questions. Well, it could just be an experiment, and we're just here, and we're all living, and they just keep track of all this stuff, like the Akashic records or the Book of Life. Everybody has like all their actions written down in this Book of Life, and they say when you die, it's like all the things you experience go by, but also all the pain you've caused other people, you in turn feel that pain. Now, this is just a weird thing. Life is weird. Life is crazy. We don't understand it. We don't really know why we're here, but we're here, so we may as well enjoy it. God gave, and that's part of the thing, is maybe you're not supposed to question really why you're here. Just enjoy it, go through the motions, and do what you can, and try to be a good person. And I think God will reward that. Now, like I said, they know what this is. Don't think for a minute that they don't know what this is. Okay? If they didn't know what this was, things flying around in our airspace, that's a big deal. Just flying around, shutting down missile silos that we use for defense. That's a big deal. Okay? So that this should be everywhere. This should be a main thing on the news. Like every day, the government should be briefing American people on our status on these UAPs or UFOs. Now, they're not. So that is logically, that tells you that they know what this is. They are lying to us. They know pretty much what this is, whether it's from another country, which I don't think it is. There's stories going back to presidents meeting with with space aliens and from Venus and whatnot, and they have pacts and they have different contracts and stuff, and then we had Space Force all of a sudden come out of nowhere. Well, Space Force came around because now they're realizing, they can't keep this down anymore from the people. People are just, they're gonna, and they want to keep it from us because they don't want us to panic. But it's like, it's too late for all that. I mean, this has been going on for how long? They know what it is. Stop lying to us. Stop lying to the people. Just tell us. We can handle it. We're big boys and big girls. We know how to deal with this stuff. And even if they tell us, okay, unless the aliens are monitoring our television signals, which they may be very well doing that, because we have satellites and different ways of communicating. Well, and there's just technology that they have that we have no idea about. So basically, they could be monitoring everything and understanding what we're saying and all this stuff, but they're just like controlling it and how it's leaked out. Now, believe me, They know what this is, and I can't stress that enough, because if they didn't know what it was, it would be a lot, they would be panicking a lot more. They are not panicking enough to show me and to show everybody that they don't know what this is, because an unknown thing flying around that you can't control, that just zips around and messes with pilots and causes things to disappear. There's been planes that have just disappeared, pilots, whole planes have disappeared, with, some of them with just a pilot and a couple people on board. There's just been a lot of things just disappearing. Well, that's just like a big abduction. And if you look back into the Bible and different things, the Bible has all this stuff about that could be interpreted as UFOs and whatnot. There's a lot of stuff out there. So they know what this is. I mean, let's be real here. Let's call a spade a spade. The government's lying to us through their teeth, because they think we're like little children that can't handle reality, and we can handle a lot more. All the stuff that we've had to deal with beyond on the account of the government and all the stuff they've put us through, believe me, we can deal with this, people. We can deal with this. It's not out of the realm of possibility that there's other species out there in space, and they've been around, and you don't even know. There could be like doppelganger planets out there with like different timelines and stuff. I mean, this is all possible. And we have the James Webb Telescope, which is telling us a lot more. So we're getting our technology better. And any day now, there's going to be a breakthrough in this. So I just want to put it on the record that the government knows about all this stuff to a certain extent. I don't know how much they know, but I think they know pretty much everything that's going on. These are just like kind of like rogue pilots or soldiers that don't listen and fly around and do what they want. Well, that could be what we're dealing with, is like rogue aliens, and they're just not listening to their superiors, and they're not supposed to do this. Like like when the old ruler of Russia said all that stuff when back in the 80s and stuff with Reagan and all that. The Russian leader, it's not time, Gorbachev, it's not time now to reveal this. Well, when is the time? Well, the time is when the government feels damn well pleased to do it. So they will dictate when all this comes out and all this is released and all this, the word is out and the truth is out there. The truth is here. The truth is down here too. And they will tell us. So don't for a second believe your government. Your government lies to you all the time about all kinds of stuff, because we're just like lemmings. We're like ants on an ant farm, and the government is, in charge of everything, and they just tell you what you need to hear, and they don't care if you're in the dark completely about things, because, well, it's as far as they're concerned, you're just a worker and a tax person. You're just giving them tax money so they can decide what to do with it, and they just want you to keep working, keep your mouth shut, keep your head down, and do your job. And they don't want you to look up and see all these things that are happening, and how there is a reality unlike our reality, and all this stuff is just happening 10 million miles a minute. So again, I am saying we could be invaded at any second. There could be a UFO, a UAP invasion. You don't know. I mean, there's photos of alien spaceships around the White House back in the past. There's all kinds of stories. Now, you mean to tell me all these stories, these people are putting their reputations on the line for all this? What do they have to gain? They don't have anything to gain. That's the answer. Is they're just telling you the truth because the truth is covered up, and they have nothing to lose. I mean, some of these people are old and they're retired, and their secrecy, classified things, some things they can say now, and they're just doing it. They don't care. So just understand the government knows about all this stuff. They know way, 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 way more than they're telling you about this whole situation. And it's scary. It's damn right scary, because we could be attacked with weapons. I mean, our weapons don't affect them really. They've been shot at. Nothing happens. They don't make noise. So there's some kind of like, a lot of them don't make noise, the UAPs. So it could be just like, it obviously is just some kind of technology, and different technologies we have no clue. They're just way ahead of us. So I would say be careful, look up a lot, and you never know what you'll see. Not that will like help anything, but at least for your own head, you could be like, oh, okay, yeah, this is happening, and the government, like I said, is just lying to you, and they'll continue to lie to you. They don't care, even when a UFO could pop up in Cape Cod tomorrow, be on every news network, and they'll still deny it, and they'll call it swamp gas, bags, balloons, or birds, because it's like 1984. It's propaganda. They're going to tell you 1 + 1 is 4. It's not 2. Okay. And then they'll slap you around and put you through hell, and then say, okay, now what is 1 + 1? And you will say 4, because you will do what they tell you to do. Because again, you are just a powerless worker that's just working and giving them your money, your earnings, your hard-earned earnings, to the government so they can waste money. So they know what this is. I'm telling you guys, they know what this is, and it's going to get real scary. This is the future. This is the last big thing that is going to be, released and stuff, and all this information. They can only hide it for so long, and you just can't keep it covered up for all this time. It's gonna come out. It's just the way it is. It's gonna come out, and yeah, that's gonna be it. So I hope everybody's doing good today, and stay safe. We still have the coronavirus, and all its sub-variants off of Omicron and all that. And now, like, that's where all the variants are coming from. They've whittled it down to all these diseases now, and sub-variants and whatnot. And don't doubt that there'll be like a more powerful, stronger disease coming down the line. Yeah, and this whole virus thing is a perfect thing to get us acquainted with, again, staying in your house, staying in your homes. Say if we have an incursion alien spaceships are all around. They all start dropping in our major cities and just watching us and just looming over us. Well, we'll all be in our houses. We'll be looking up at them. We'll be scared. And this is perfect training for that. Stay away from out of the public. Stay out of the streets. Stay in your house. Be safe and all that. And yeah, that could be where this is all headed. And they just have to, because look how quick we just started wearing masks and social distancing, all these new terms, and now UAPs. There's a lot of new terms and different things they're doing. And so they know what this is. Bottom line, don't believe them for 1 second that they don't know what this is. They know what it is, because if they didn't know what it was, the simple fact is, like I said, it would be all hands on deck trying to figure out what these videos are. So they are lying to us, lying to the people, and they'll continue to lie to the people because they have they don't, but I don't think they have control over this. So at any second, the aliens could just say, no, we're just going to reveal ourselves. We don't care what you say, government. So that could happen too. So I hope everybody's doing all right. Be safe. I'd say wear a mask indoors in gathering type places. Outside, if there's a lot of people, even wear a mask there, because we don't know what this disease is capable of. It's killing a lot of people still, and it's just, life is crazy now, and that's just the way it is. And so be safe, and just keep watching the skies, and believe me, there's going to be some major information or revealing of UFOs, or someone's going to capture an alien, or something like that is going to happen. So just get ready, because don't be relaxed like, oh, life is fine and we have this under control. We do not have this under control at all. And the government knows what they know, but they still, there's question mark factors that could happen that they just aren't prepared for. So I'd say just like keep believing in your God, and God will somehow get us through this. I mean, it's just the way it works. So anyway, thank you for joining me today. This is your host, Joe Santiago, signing off. And try to love one another. Enjoy your life. And as always, keep the faith. And peace out.